we've heard a channel on YouTube, Ekute Daily, said, the US lawmakers are ready to place Finland where Nigeria is as regards the injustice, being meted to Simon Ekpa as against his human rights. Do you think that the US lawmaker have what it takes to
Finland?
Yes, on Finland?
Yes, the US lawmakers, they have actually seen what has played out in the case, of Simon Ekpa. That Ekpa was being, let me say, downgraded, a bit violated. Why? You shouldn't have restricted him. Shouldn't have restricted him from social media. It's a violation of his human rights. So when America is talking about violation of human rights here, they don't mean that Ekpa was denied movement, deny his wife, deny his home. No. Restriction from social media, restriction from the control of his boys. Biafran men, Biafran Liberation Army in the southeastern Nigeria, they are now deactivated. They are not being active again. They are waiting. And the operation on that land, southeastern Nigeria, stagnated, which is not supposed to be. There are killings now going on. The Fulani incursion has started. In their large number, police and the rest of the illegal security outfit in the southeast, they are causing incursion now, serious one, in the land of southeastern region. So that is a violation enough to have at least ignited what the congressmen are doing now, about to do Finland. I don't know what I understand. So with time, we are going to see how America will react to yesterday's court appearance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because I know that they were watching. Actually, Finland were watching. The whole world actually watched what happened in the court yesterday.
It is the high time that all these countries has to respect us. This is the time that there's need to, give us our due respect. We are human too. We are not animals. And I've never seen anywhere in the world that the Biafrans, the Igbos, because go all over the world, Igbos are everywhere. I've never seen where they are there and they are causing trouble. Are you hearing me? So why should Finland should be acting like Nigeria? Somebody was telling me yesterday, where should the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu commit a crime? I said, what kind of crime? He said, why should they call Nigeria? I said, because they acted like one. Yeah, when you act like an animal, they will address you as an animal. But when you act like a human, they will regard you as a human. A country that the people that this person has not committed any offense. And the same person is the person you are treating as if he has committed a crime. What does Simon Ekpa do? The same set of people, I watch TVs, either TV or channels. One Igbo man was like vibrating, saying it openly, categorically that he was among the people that persuaded federal government, even encouraged them. Let them arrest Simon Ekpa. Let them do everything humanly possible to hold Simon Ekpa, to stop this insecurity in the East. But now he has found out indirectly now he's coming out to apologize to Simon Ekpa, saying, in a sense, that ever since these people have hold Simon Ekpa, is no longer talking, is no longer doing anything. Yet the insecurity, increased the more. Then who are the people responsible for it? That the federal government should give an answer to this. That they want federal government, both CDS Musa, to respond to him. To regards to this question. See, Finland is a country that people respect. It's a country that people expect not to behave abnormal. They're not expecting them to act abnormal. They're not expecting them to act in the way that Nigeria behaves. You understand? They don't expect them to go against somebody's fundamental rights. Holding Simon Ekpa, what are you holding him for? What are you delaying him? Did you find anything regard to the accusation? Do you ever hear or hold him on any criminal thing? Have you ever seen him being involved or currently now, based on the allegation, do you see anything, him being engaged with such a thing? If you did not see, why are you still keeping him? Why are you still disturbing his freedom? Why are you still a kind of restricting him for some things? Why? That means you are equally acting like Nigeria. That is why somebody like a Donald Trump now say that Nigeria is a, it's a shit. It's a shit country. You know, last time somebody even said that Nigeria is a dumping ground. Look at the statement that they are using to qualify a country, nation called Nigeria. It doesn't make sense. It means that you are nothing. It means that you are a waste. The country, Nigeria, is a waste country. And it's not good. And they don't supposed to. But why are they being called or regarded as a shit country or a waste country? Because of the attitude, the character, the things that is going on in this country. You see, that is why Donald Trump have decided to, and other nations have decided to, you know, treat the Finnish government their mess up, to treat their messed up, to put them to where they belong, to make them to understand you belonging to NATO doesn't mean that you should misbehave. You belonging to EU doesn't mean that you should misbehave. You don't behave abnormal. You don't behave like an animal. Behave like a human being. As a country that people respect. As a country that people see that this is Europe. I don't know. You get it. So why are you behaving the way you are behaving? Definitely, you have collected something from Nigeria. And let me tell you, a country that wants to keep a legacy must not allow himself to be bribed, especially in a critical issues like this. First and foremost, you must respect a human right, fundamental human right. You must respect human being. You must respect the right of a man, of a human. So far, that person's act is based on his fundamental right. Check it. Is he going against the EU, your own country law? Is he going? Since he's not going against it, why are you now still troubling his freedom? So they deserve a sanction, a serious sanction and a serious warning. Let that nonsense stop. Now take a look at what place yesterday. I don't know if you watched the court case yesterday. You follow the case. Watch what happened in the Federal High Court, Abuja. Look at what went on. See the way Kano reacted. How can you sign a woman who has signed off and quit, who has saved herself from the case, the same woman you people forced her to come and handle that case again? And it was against the law too. And it was against the Nigerian law. We are not even talking, according to the law now, we are not talking about Oyibo now. We are not talking about UN or EU. According to Nigerian own law, since you have withdrawn yourself in a case, you don't have right to come and handle that case again, revisit it again. Then in this case now, Binta Nyako now coming back with even urgent call, then you want to revisit the case, you want to start all over again, you want to start again handling a case. This man was charged for treason or felony. Now they have removed that one. Now they are charging him for what? Terrorism. No, excuse me. Is it not childish movement? See the way he reacted that yesterday. It was like, no. One, I have seen where you are going to. One, your husband has committed a crime. Your son committed a crime. No wonder they are pushing you to continue with my case. And they are expecting her, you know, Nigeria is pushing her to name her Nnamdi Kanu to death. Or to even the jail, God self, send him to jail. He have already said it that the jail doesn't have right to keep him. If you want to hold him, send him to either Kujo prison. You understand? That is where people like that you can send them to. You understand? According to the law, send him there. And you are violating it. And you still stand and say you want to judge somebody that the person violated, and you that is standing as a judge, you have violated law. Who will now judge each other? Who have right now to judge? Nobody. And second, according to the Federal High Court law, Section 45 stated it clearly that a person that commits crime must be treated in the place by which the person committed that crime. How come that some Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case is not being handled in the East? You see why his lawyers are now saying that they should take the case now, appoint somebody in the East, and let that person handle the case in the East, because it was in the East that he committed the crime that they say that he has committed. Because all the protests or whatsoever took place in the East, not in the West, neither in Abuja, Middle Belt, or in the North.
Okay, but as for Finland, do you think with what is happening now, do you think that do you not think it's obvious that the Finnish government already backsliding as regards supporting Biafra and Simon Ekpa? Do you think that they've betrayed the Biafrans with what is going on currently?
Yeah, as a human being that they are. You know, I've said this thing before. Except a man who wants to keep integrity, just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He just wants to keep his discipline and his integrity, being a principled person. If not so, he would have collected so many offers that have been offered to him by the federal government of Nigeria. Many a time they have visited him. Drop, name your price. You understand? Just name your price. We will settle you for you to drop this, which he refused. Of which, had it been that he admit, they will offer it to him and silence the whole matter. But he doesn't want to be a tyrannical slave. Because of that discipline and integrity and policy principle, you know, that's why he keep himself and he remain to get what he wants. So the same thing, the same equity is expected from Finland. You understand? So them digressing now shows what makes them to be what? Human. What makes them to be what? People that lack integrity. They lack discipline, and they lack integrity, and they lack being principled. That is what it means, and that is what they are showing to you and I. That they are not disciplined, they are not, they don't have integrity, and they don't have policy. So that's why you see them going and behaving the way, and it is a very big shame to them, because many people expect them to have all these things, you know, to keep the legacy of their country. You know, I was watching Alexandra Storm, the president of Finland. I was watching him. I was expecting him in his appearance that he should be a man of dignity. But the way he's going, I don't really understand. But it is very, very important now, and I am happy for the sanction that he may likely, if he did not adjust and restrict his step, you know, in regard of not joining or following the step of Nigeria. Because if he do, he will face the consequences from his boss. Because they have boss, Americans and co. And you can see the handwriting on the wall. You see the way Trump is moved, the way he's acting. Now, you don't send anybody message. He's ready to treat anybody the way you don't expect. There is something I watched Trump did over the weekend that it took place on Friday. You know, do you know what he said? He said, I will be fair to those that are fed me. And I will be unfair to those that are unfair. And when he made that speech was when he was, you know, including the South African Oyibos whites, you know, as part of American refugee. You get it? He included them as part of American refugee. He make a point. The point was that the South African indigenous have taken over the government, and you know, during the colony, the whites was the one that owned most of the properties in South Africa. So now South Africa are coming back now to take those things back from them without compensation. You understand? Without being lenient to them, without, you know, giving them a kind of that this thing to them. So that is why he himself, Donald Trump, now decided to welcome them, those Oyibos, as a refugee in his own time. So that's when he now make this statement, which this statement means that it will not only go to South Africa alone, it can go to any country in the world, any country, regardless of whom you are, based on your acts. And Nigeria now, after the peace, Ukraine and Russia, the next place is Nigeria. And you know what that means. When he face and focus, you know, Netanyahu have already gave him a hint in the last meeting which they had. Remember, he has given him a hint. So definitely there's every tendency that the next phase will be Nigeria, Africa, and that Africa, Nigeria, and that Nigeria will be about Biafra. And with this, I say to God be the glory for how everything is going. And Netanyahu is fully behind it. But Netanyahu doesn't want to let it not be as if this man own too much or he want to be too forward. He's just waiting because everything have stage and time. So when that stage and that time reach, you will see everything in action. Threat to her, so that she will nail innocent soul. You will use the blood of Mazen Nnamdi to pay for the blood of her husband and her son. You know, to give Mazen Nnamdi the punishment that is supposed to be given to her husband and her son. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're watching us from. I remain that Biafran evangelist, the Biafran evangelist. And I am happy the way the thing they happen now, as it they happen in Abuja, as it happened yesterday, and as it happened in Jerusalem, because Tel Aviv is no longer the capital of Israel. Jerusalem now has become the capital of Israel, and the prime minister, the Netanyahu himself, the president, is now smoking fire. He has officially come out to declare. They themselves have already declared Biafra a nation. He have already admitted that Biafra has come as a nation, yes. And now the warning and a serious issue is going on now. He has sent this issue, warning. As you know, they have submitted the document, and it's in the front of the desk of the Mr. President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Don't you see the way Mazen Nnamdi they are telling you? And onye ka ga-abụrụ isi ya many homeri. So he was so furious yesterday because somebody said he acted arrogantly. What is the arrogancy there? That Betanyako should come back to his case. For what? Why she have withdrawn herself? She don't have that right. And he, and he made it clearly that was why
the chief judge is instructing her to go back to the case.
The chief judge is instructing her. Didn't the chief judge know the law? But
Nnamdi Kanu is saying that the chief judge don't have the right, you know, for her to, you know, do what she wants. Because
it was against the law, and that was why yesterday he brought out the law. And he showed the document, and he showed it to all of them there. This is what the law of Nigeria stated regards to this. So that means you people are going, you don't even know your law. That's what he said. You don't even know the law. So you are going against the law, and you, the same person that go against the law, are now coming to judge me as an offender. That means either you want to even know the law more than you, so you don't have the qualification to judge me. So the way he reacted, I even saw him tapping one of his defendants, you know, and he told Okpara and he told Mr. Okpara that exactly, he said, when I'm talking, you don't talk.
Oh no, it was so upset yesterday.
It was uproar. It was very, very uproar. And I was like, why is he reacting this way? On the other hand, I now realized that it's like these lawyers want to go in a linear way. You understand? And they kind of giving the audience unnecessary audience to matter that is not necessary, that is not need. Because Binta and Nyako coming out, you say you want to judge the case. Judging the case that you withdraw your head. That means you are violating the law. You don't have that right. So let them appoint another person. And it was yesterday that everything was open, because I was exposed to now, you know, because I was imagining what could prompt this woman, giving this kind of urgent call and appearing again after she has finished withdrawing herself.
So you believe that the top airlines in the country are one pushing her?
Yes.
To quickly
yes.
make judgment as regards
to give wrong judgment over the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But her conscience did not allow her previously to do that. And now Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have exposed everything. So, remember over the weekend I said something. The coming up of this court case, I will not talk much regard to that until I see the angle they are coming from. Yeah. And now they have shown us the angle. The angle was that Binta Nyako, husband and son, committed a crime. They committed a crime against the nation, which requires them going to jail or even prison or even death sentence. In order for them to be saved, not to undergo all those things, somebody else has to be used to replace them. And they want to use Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Regard that since your wife and your mother is a judge, so we will use her now. And what you are committed, we use this as a threat to her, so that she will name innocent soul. You will use the blood of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to pay for the blood of her husband and her son. To give Mazen Nnamdi Kanu the punishment that is supposed to be given to her husband and her son. Do you see the axis now? And do you see the reason why people like Donald Trump and Netanyahu himself was like, no, these people are nation. They need to be recognized. And he sent the letter that which he has sent as a letter of recognition, and as a letter of they are watching, of a letter of them being interested, a letter of them that are coming, so that Nigeria should do the right thing if they don't want to their wahala. It was too obvious and too open yesterday. And I like as he aired the view, the whole world have seen it now. Instead of on a norm, Binta Nyako doesn't supposed to appear again. On a norm, which she herself know. You see why she adjourned the case to indefinite. Because they have pump and threaten her so severely. And she has no choice under pressure. According to one man, he said under a gunpoint, you understand? So when there are some issues when it comes under a gunpoint, you will be forced to do the undoable. Under duress. So under duress. So she's now in the state of duress. Yeah. She has found herself now under duress. But that duress now is too obvious because she cannot carry it out again. It's too open now. She cannot carry it out again. She has been exposed to the world. So whatsoever she said now, or she may come out or conclude concerning Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, I and you and the whole world will now know. Okay, because of this, that is why she do this.
So Nnamdi Kanu was right,
Nnamdi Kanu was exposing, right, exposing, not just even exposing her or exposing what is on the ground or exposing Nigeria, but at the same time telling the world the kind of country that Nigeria is. Telling the whole world, Netanyahu,
what do you have to say? Okay.
That this is the kind of country that Nigeria is. That is why he said to them, I am not wrong. Because he have said before yesterday that nobody should do what? Should plead for him for mercy. Yes. Nobody should beg for him because he commit no offense. And it was yesterday he has proven it. That the Nigeria even, including their judge, did not even know the law. Including the chief appointee, did not even know the law. If he does, that will show or was his name. Had it been he knows, he wouldn't have, sent Binta Nyako to again. This shows that our the judiciary, Nigerian judiciary, is a mess. if you use the word incapable or not capable, it's understatement. That means he's completely in a mess. Completely is in a mess.
But we had yesterday come out and said that this should not be happening to a country like Nigeria. You know, we call ourselves African to Africa. You know,
Sowore is a man, is somebody that understands. So when I go to school now, it's not a daft. So when is somebody that is well exposed. You understand? And it's another person that, in a way, he hates injustice. Not that he doesn't have his own or his own body, but in a way, he hates injustice. What you want to play yesterday, look at his statement. It's not speaking well. What happened yesterday, you know, exposed Nigeria the more. It messed Nigeria up the more. And it messed all our judiciary. That is, it messed it up. No single regard or respect, atom of respect concerning to Nigerian judiciary, lawyers or judges or courts. It's nonsense. Baba, if I happen to be a foreigner and maybe I'm in a country, I own a country or I'm in another country, you bring any case, matters to Nigerian courts. Baba, I don't need to look it into 2 times. Immediately I see Nigeria, I will bring it out. I don't need to look whether it's right or I will just bring it. Why? Because with what is happening in the case of Mazen and Kano and what has happened yesterday shows that Nigeria, this thing is zero.
But we've seen, on social media yesterday, you know, a lot of Igbos were upset. They said some are already calling and saying what the Biafrans, you know, the lack of Ngozi, you know, should align. It's now high time for them to align with the Russian government, the Israeli government, and the US government to make sure that, you know, this act by the Nigerian government is exposed fully to the world.
Very soon, let me tell you, we're already going there. It's not everything you come out and say on air. Men are already going. See, let me tell you, there are so many veterans. When you talk of veterans, you talk about men in United States of America that are the Biafrans. Ready, they are just waiting for. Go ahead. What they are waiting for now is just, they are just waiting for a little minutes to go ahead. They are prepared. They are prepared, and Netanyahu is fully behind it. But Netanyahu doesn't want to let it not be as if this man own too much or he want to be too forward. He's just waiting because everything have stage and time. So when that stage and that time reach, you will see everything in action. That is what we call pump action. You go no say pump action gets level. Yes. Then we go pump, we go act. Then the functions will be the story or the end. Thank you.